than just the headlines.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
Listen to all your favorite 710 KURV programs streaming live online at KURV.com, powered by South Texas Buick GMC McAllen Mission and Texas Mutual Insurance Company, workers' compensation provider. Work safe, Texas. So, pay up, right? Why you're more likely to get a raise now. We're going to talk about that with Michael Rose. He is a workplace culture expert. Michael, thanks a lot for joining us on 710 KURV. Economists are saying that their companies are granting more pay raises this year. This is great news. Can you break it down for us?
You bet. Thanks for having me on this morning. Well, yeah, the economy is improving. Certainly signs of that. And more people are working who want to work. The Dow's at an all-time high. Total unemployment rate is down, but the youth unemployment rate, ironically, is close to 15%. And just by clarifying, youth includes some of Generation Y, if you will, millennials, and Gen Z, the new generation. So the employees, despite experienced or the young workforce, employees that add value to the organization, they'll be compensated for that.
So how do you go about? You hear this great news now. People are going to go into work because of you, Michael. And they're going to be like, so this guy on KURV said, hey, all of our wages are going to go up. How do you approach the situation with your employer? Do you have to, or do they come to you and be like, you know what, Earl, we want to pay you a little bit more?
Sure. Well, the answer is yes. It's both. I think, first of all, because good employers will reward good employees. That's just kind of the way it works. And so we have to define good employers and good employees. Good employers are the employers, the managers, the leaders, the owners of businesses who value culture, who value building a great place to work. And good employees are the ones who add value to the organization every day. And in this particular case, since we're talking about pay, let's define value. And value would be financial value. There's all kinds of value, and I'm not taking away the value from building great customer experiences and good employee culture, et cetera, but financial value. And the two ways to add financial value from the employee side is either reduce expenses or increase revenue. In my company, Mojo Media Labs, creativity is one of our 6 core values. And we define creativity in many ways, but one of the ways we define it is by adding value. Either how did you increase revenue or decrease expenses today? And what the employer can do in order to help facilitate adding value is, I think, quite frankly, teaching financial literacy to employees, explaining to them how the company either makes money or loses money. And then when I can explain financial literacy to employees, the employees are adding value every single day, then the way to kind of merge all that together is through a methodology that I developed called Return on Energy. It's a book I published called ROE Powers ROI. You can find it on Amazon, by explaining to everyone in the organization why they are doing what they are doing. We're doing a bunch of tasks every single day, that's the what. But if we can align all of our tasks to the why of the organization, then everyone can add value, and hopefully everyone can get raises.
It's a simple concept, but it's kind of hard to carry through, but it's what everybody needs to keep in their mind, adding value every single day. Good stuff. Michael Rose joining us now on 710 KURV. He's a workplace culture expert.
Michael, Tim Sullivan here. So you say that it sounds like, this is a sign the economy is doing okay. Now, is that a good argument to make when you go in and ask your boss for a raise? Hey, the economy's getting you better. You can afford it. Give me a break.
Absolutely not.
Oh.
And I really don't. I mean, employers, I'm an employer. I have employees. I'm subject to many of the external forces that all the other employers are subject to. Healthcare, new mandated minimum wages, those kind of things. So I think that to an employer or to a leader or to a manager who's responsible for, compensation is kind of it comes across, I think, as I don't know how this company makes or loses money. I don't know my involvement in that process.
Yeah.
But hey, everyone else is doing great, so I think I should do great too.
Yeah.
Instead of perhaps approaching it from a perspective of how does my company make money and lose money? Can you teach me and tell me that? Because as you mentioned earlier, yeah, this is a simple concept. However, ROE is a simple concept. However, it requires constant management management communication to the entire workforce with this mantra, not the mission of the company, but the mantra of the company that we can do better internally. From an inside-out perspective, the company internally can do very, very well if we pull together people, the workforce, knowing why they're doing what they're doing, a constant daily communication from management and inspiration and mentorship from leadership to say, let's give everyone raises from the inside out. How can we together build a great company despite what the economy is doing? Because if you don't do it that way, the next time the economy takes a hit in any of its wonderful forms, we won't be ready for that. But I want to be ready for any of the external forces that hit our company because internally we're all on the same page.
Michael, I got to ask you this. Is the wage increase that we're talking about, how does that go along with inflation that we're seeing?
Yeah, I mean, what's kind of interesting about that is, obviously, there are various agencies that want to see employers pay employees more money so they can go out and spend more money, and I don't necessarily subscribe to that. I think I believe in the result, but not necessarily the way to accomplish that result. And I think if we as employers, again, teach financial literacy to our employees, not only will that benefit our company, not only will that help the employee deliver more value to the company, hence good employers paying more to good employees, but hopefully through that process, the employees learn, the ones who need to, on how to personally learn financial literacy, on how they can save more, how they can reduce debt, how this young generation with a 15% unemployment rate can start paying down student loans. Now then, we can't just pump more money into the economy, which is certainly important, but we can throw good money into the economy, not a bunch of debt into the economy, because guess what? We're going to find ourselves in the same position. So I believe in not just my company doing well, not just Mojo Media Labs doing well, but hopefully on a personal side, all the employees are personally financially doing well as well.
Phenomenal point. Michael, I only have a few seconds left. What's that book again?
ROE, Powers, ROI. You can find it on my website, returnonenergy.com, or you can find it on Amazon.com as well.
Michael, I hope we get to talk to you soon. Very good stuff. Thank you so much for joining us. That's Michael Rose. He's a workplace culture expert on 710 KURV. And take that information to your employer and see what you can do to help grow your business, add value every day. 720 on News Talk 710 KURV. And let's go to the news desk. And this news is a service of Texas Regional Bank, a proud